What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. So Michigan State basketball wins their 11th straight game with a 80-78 win against number 19 Illinois in the Breslin Center on Sunday, moving Michigan State to 16-2 overall on the season, 7-0 in the Big Ten Conference. Now, this was a very interesting game, a game in which Illinois controlled a lot of the early part of the game in the first half, even with their best player in Kasparis being in foul trouble pretty much the whole game, but really in the first half he played about 3 to 4 minutes before he already had his second personal foul, so he wasn't able to be out there a lot. The whole game, only played 9 minutes for the whole game, but in the beginning, it was a credit to Illinois. They were able to jump out to an early lead, had their lead, 10-point lead at times in the first half, and Michigan State was just able to grind it out in the first half, was able to tie the score at 36 going into halftime, and then for a lot of the second half, it was just back and forth. You know, team take a 2 to 4 point lead, somewhere in there, 5-point lead. Other team would fight back, tie it up, you know, maybe take the leads themselves. So it was a really back and forth game there in the second half, and really for the last 7-8 minutes of the first half as well. And Michigan State did get their lead up to 7 late in the game. Illinois was able to fight back, make it very close there at the end, and came very close to winning this thing, getting close to sending it into overtime. But Michigan State was able to pull out 82-78. So we're going to jump into the game, but first, if you could, just hit that like and subscribe button down there. More Michigan State basketball content on the channel, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a video. So first off, for Illinois, we already kind of mentioned it about their best player, Kasparis, being in foul trouble. Had obviously fouled out in this game, 5 fouls. He only had 3 points, 3 assists in this game, had a steal. But I know Brad Edwards said that he was dicing Michigan State up in his time on the floor. 3 points and 3 assists in 9 minutes. I don't really consider that dicing up Michigan State's defense. 1 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, but I guess they define dicing people up a little differently there in Illinois in basketball terms, but anyway, you do have to shout out for Illinois, Will Riley, 19 points. He had, I believe, it was 16, 17 in the first half, was able to hold him in check in the second half, but man, he was making some incredible shots to keep Illinois afloat and get them ahead. As we said, got to a double-digit lead there in the first half. Had a lot of volume too, 17 shots on the night for him. Ivisic for Illinois as well, shot 13 shots on the night, had 13 points, 1 for 6 from 3. That was definitely something to keep an eye on. He makes a handful of those, and you know, overall as a team, Illinois shoots about 21% and 63% from the free throw line. Those are the two, you know, kind of outliers there for Illinois, but Morez Johnson Jr. as well off the bench, 11 points and 6 rebounds. But as we said, it was the 3-point shooting, 5 for 24 overall for them and 17 for 27 from the free throw line. That's 10 missed free throws and you lose the game by 2 points. Like, I don't want to hear Brad Underwood complaining about it, the technical foul. I still don't even fully, you know, understand what happened there on the technical foul. I know they called the technical foul on the bench, but I was in the arena, so I didn't hear the TV commentary. I haven't gone back and watch that yet, but I know he was complaining about that technical foul, 2 free throws, lose by 2. You missed 19 3-pointers and you missed 10 free throws, and you turned the ball over 10 times. Not egregious there, but I think that's a pretty big reason why you lost this game. Not your bench getting a technical foul technical call on them, but anyway, that's just the Illinois side for you. Now jumping over to Michigan State. Now this was one that I was talking at halftime of this game and was saying, you know, it's pretty impressive that Michigan State was able to tie this game going into halftime when I thought that was maybe one of their worst halves of basketball that they've played this year, and they were able to, you know, go into halftime tied up with the number 19 team in the country and one of the, you know, 4-5 teams that you're competing for a Big Ten title with. You're able to go into halftime tied up. I thought that was huge. You know, Trey Holloman had a lot of big moments in this game. 17 points on the night, 5 for 9 overall from the field, 7 for 8 from the free throw line. Just at times, it seems like he was able to calm things down for this team, and Jeremy Fears as well. I know at times, you know, during the second half, I just kept saying to myself, Jeremy Fears is special, and kept saying it multiple times. 9 points, 6 assists, the steal, not going to jump off the stat sheet at you, But, I mean, some of the plays that he made, getting the ball, getting out in transition, seeing what's there, distributing the ball, had the alley-oop to Cohen Carr as well. I mean, just electric, and, that's what we need from Jeremy Fears. I thought he was incredible in this one. He did have 2 turnovers, 3 fouls, but, nothing super crazy in this one, and really turnovers for a team, Michigan State, only 8, and, what do we talk about? It seems like every single video, 8 to 12 turnovers where this team needs to be. So pretty good there. Jaden Akins struggled a little bit from the field, 3 for 10, only 8 points on the night. All 3 of our guards were in foul trouble. I think that's what kind of skews some of the perception there in the backcourt for this one. But 8 points for Jaden Akins, and I thought his 8 points, a lot of them came at times where you needed a bucket. He got to the basket late, I believe it was twice towards the end of the game, and made a big shot when we needed it. So have to shout out Jaden there. And Frankie Fiddler coming off the bench again. That's back-to-back really big games for Frankie. Had 11 points, but it's the 3 rebounds. Coming in, crashing the glass, getting big rebounds, creating second chance opportunities. 3 assists as well on the night, 0 turnovers. Cohen Carr as well, 11 points. 4 for 6 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3. And I love how he got the wide open 3, took it, made it, and then a couple possessions later, he did have another pretty wide open 3-pointer, but he pump faked it, got to the lane as the Illinois defender closed out to him, and then was able to make a play from there, and that's something that has been a really good development of Cohen Carr's game this year. And overall, I thought Xavier Booker had some good moments. Obviously, the stats aren't going to pop out, 4 points, 3 rebounds, but he was able to get his 1 3-point attempt to go, and I do kind of like that. In 17 minutes, he only shot 2 shots. He was 1 for 2 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3. And I said this was a game that I thought that Booker, could have some success because we wanted someone to be floating around that perimeter, bring Illinois' length out. And I feel like he was doing that, but he was also, doing a lot of reverses, dribble handoffs, setting up different stuff for the offense. And so, I thought he was solid this game overall, even though he might not jump out of the stat sheet. Same thing can be said for Carson Cooper. 4 points and 8 big rebounds on the night. Michigan State's leading rebounder on the night. Jackson Kohler had some big shots, back to the basket, face up, 8 points, 6 rebounds on the night for Jackson. And overall, Michigan State shooting 30% from 3, but only shot 10 3-pointers. And I think that's big. You see Illinois, which they are a high volume 3-point shooting team, and percentage-wise, they're a pretty good 3-point shooting team as well, and they shot 24 of them, 20%. We shot 10 of them, 30%. That's a big key there. Also, 77%, which is one of Michigan State's worst free throw shooting nights on the year. But the only 8 turnovers for Michigan State, I believe, was huge. And this was a game, and the first one in the while that Michigan State got out-rebounded. 41 for Illinois, 40 for Michigan State. But 14 assists, for Michigan State on the night. 2 steals, 5 blocks. But as we said, the 8 turnovers, I think, were huge. And points in the paint, 40 points in the paint. Illinois did have 44 points in the paint, though, as well. But Michigan State getting out in transition for only 8 points as well. So being able to win this game, especially in a first half that thought it was probably one of Michigan State's worst halves of the year, going in tied, and then being able to pull it off here in the second half with some big momentum swings there for Michigan State was very impressive. So as we said, Michigan State moves to 16-2 overall, 7-0 in the conference. Next game is on Saturday against Rutgers at Madison Square Garden. So, we'll be back for a preview for that one. But anyway, that'll do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.